At 12:30 a.m., my phone lit up with 5 words that shattered everything. "Your girl's not alone tonight." That was it. One line. And it shattered 3 years of what I thought was love, loyalty, and a future. I blinked, half asleep, the blue light of my phone piercing through the dark. I stared at the message like it was written in another language, waiting, hoping it would rearrange itself into something else, something less devastating. I wanted to believe it was a prank, a joke from Jake, my best friend since middle school. But Jake wasn't the type to joke about things like that, and deep down I already knew. I sat up. The silence in the room was suffocating. My mind raced, body frozen. Then the shaking started, not from cold, but rage. I grabbed my jeans, a hoodie, and my keys. No socks, no hesitation. She told me she was having a girls' night. She said they were staying in, her sister Kayla, and her 2 cousins from Ohio. She even FaceTimed me around 9 p.m. with a glass of wine and a fluffy blanket, background filled with candles and pillows. I told her I loved her. She smiled and said, "You're my whole world, my whole world." I should've known. The smile didn't reach her eyes, but I was too in love to notice. I drove like a maniac, 20 minutes to the club, in silence. No music, no calls, just that one text echoing in my brain like a gunshot. "Your fiancée's all over some guy." When I arrived, the bass was thumping so hard it shook the concrete. People stood in line outside in tight dresses and jackets too thin for a February night. I didn't care. I pushed through the crowd, straight to the bouncer. He stopped me with a hand to the chest. "You got it. I'm not here to party," I said, pulling out my phone. "I'm here for this." I showed him the message. He didn't even blink, just stepped aside. The music hit me like a wave of heat. Lights flashing, bodies moving, and then I saw her. Center of the dance floor, Alina, my fiancée, in a tight, red dress he'd never seen before, short, backless, like something out of someone else's fantasy. Hair done in waves, makeup flawless. She looked like a woman I didn't even know. And she was laughing, that full, open-mouth laugh she usually saved just for me. Her arms were wrapped around his neck. His hands gripped her waist. They were swaying like they'd done it 100 times before. And maybe they had. I froze. Everything stopped. Then she saw me. Our eyes locked. The color drained from her face, like someone pulled the plug. She jerked back like she'd touched fire. Then she screamed my name, loud, desperate. Too late. The guy looked confused, then annoyed, then cocky. He stepped toward me like I was just another drunk ex-boyfriend. Like I was a joke. Like he'd already won. "Yo, chill man," he said. She didn't tell me she was taken. I didn't say a word. I didn't need to. My fist spoke louder. One punch, right to the jaw. He stumbled. Another. He went down. People started screaming. Security rushed in. 2 guys grabbed me, dragged me back, but not before I saw her, Lena, still screaming. Not at him, at me, like I was the villain. And all I could think was, this is what 3 years comes down to. I was sitting in the car, hands still trembling, the blood on my knuckles, not his, mine. My cheekbone throbbed. Guess the bouncer landed a hit, but I didn't feel the pain. The pain was inside, and it burned like hell, worse than anything I'd ever felt. I didn't drive away immediately. I just sat there while the club settled down outside my window, staring at my phone screen, seeing nothing. Then suddenly, another call. From her. Alina calling her 7th time calling. I didn't answer. 10 minutes later, another call. This time from her sister, Kayla. Then Alina's mom. Then, a voice message. I hit play. "Babe, please, I don't know what happened. It's not what you think. He's just a friend. We ran into each other by chance, I swear." It meant nothing. Other lips, another body, a different dance, and all of it, nothing. I kept seeing her in that red dress I'd never seen before. She had something for someone else, not for me. I waited. I believed. I made plans. And she was dancing. By morning, I woke up unrested. I knew I needed the truth. Not her version. The real thing. I texted Jake. Who's that guy? Have you seen them together before? He replied in under a minute. He works with her. I've seen them together a few times. Thought maybe just colleagues. But last night they didn't look like colleagues. She was sitting on his lap before they went to dance. This wasn't an accident. It was a system. A routine. I was her cover story. I called her. For the first time since it all happened. She picked up immediately. Derek. Hello. You want to tell me the truth? My voice was cold, empty. I don't know where to start. Start with him. His name's Derek. We work together. Sometimes we go on projects. How long has this been going on? Silence. Alina. Almost a year. It hit like a punch to the gut. A year. Nearly a third of our engagement. The time she cried from stress. Said life was hard. Said she needed space. The time I brought her dinner in bed and kissed her forehead before she'd leave on those business trips. Why? I asked. I don't know. I felt lonely. You were always busy. Work, wedding plans, and with him. It was easy. Just easy. Easy. Easy to destroy my life. Easy to cheat. Easy to lie to my face. I stayed silent. She stayed silent. I'll tell your brother, I finally said. No. Please. He paid for everything. The wedding, the venue, my dress. He'll kill me. What do you think he'll do? Click. I hung up. The video it recorded at the club wasn't long. 5 seconds. But it was enough. Alina. The face I loved. The eyes that no longer belonged to me. And her arms around another man's neck. I sent the video to Alina's brother, John, with a short text. You have a right to know where your money's going. No reply. But later, on Instagram, I saw, had deleted all the photos with the caption, "My amazing sis and her love story begins." The next day, Alina came to my house. I didn't open the door. She stood outside with flowers. Then she cried. Then she screamed. Neighbors came out to watch. I just stared through the blinds and felt nothing. No pity. No rage. Just emptiness. She left. Half an hour later, Kayla called. He dumped her. Who? Derek. This morning. He said he didn't want drama, didn't want trouble, and that he never promised her anything serious. Irony. She left the man who was ready to make her his wife for a guy who didn't even care enough to stay. And now she stands on the ruins, alone. On the third day after the club, I woke up to a message from her mom. Please don't do this to her. She made a mistake, but she's not a bad person. Not a bad person. Interesting. If I had spent nights with someone else by mistake, would that also be just a misunderstanding? The message was a desperate plea to keep everything quiet. We can resolve this as a family. Please don't make it public. But her choice was already public. I didn't post anything myself, but Alina's brother did it for me. He posted the video with a caption, I paid for half of my sister's wedding. Turns out I was paying for the bride's outfit for a night with another man. And it went viral. Alina had over 12,000 followers on Instagram. She ran a blog about wedding prep, perfect relationships, and beautiful love. She posted pictures with captions like, "Forever my person." Within hours after John's post, the comments under every photo exploded. This you, girl, not you on the dance floor with randoms. Your person saw the whole thing. Huh. And the worst part, stories from the club started spreading even more. I had no idea how many people had been recording. Someone posted her laughing. Someone else, her running off the dance floor when she saw me. And in every clip, the truth she could no longer deny. The wedding was officially cancelled on the 5th day. The planner sent a letter to all the guests. Due to technical reasons, the ceremony will not take place. We apologize for the inconvenience. John demanded a refund. The dress, non-refundable. The venue booking, non-refundable. Deposit lost. I found out from a mutual friend that her family turned their backs on her. Her dad stopped talking to her. Her mom, in tears. Her brother, blocked her. And the groom, me, said nothing. Alina tried to fix it. She wrote me letters. Handwritten, on paper. One was stuck in my door when I got back from the store. It had lines that would have made me cry 6 months ago. I lost everything. But the worst part is, I lost you. I don't even know why I did it. Maybe I wanted to feel desired. Maybe I didn't believe that the kind of love we had was real, but now I know it was. But there was no more we. There was me, and I no longer wanted to save someone who had set fire to our shared home. A week later, her Instagram was gone. Her LinkedIn status changed too. Open to work. Someone had clearly told her employer about the affair. Derek, the same easy and light guy, also disappeared from the company. I didn't know where she went. Friends said she'd temporarily moved in with her aunt. No money, number ring, no more Instagram love story. It's a small town. Rumors travel fast. People stared at her in the supermarket, at the gym, like a scandal's main character, but not the romantic kind of story she carefully curated. A story of tragedy and betrayal. About 2 weeks later, I saw her. I was walking to a coffee shop. She was coming from the pharmacy, holding a bag. No makeup, hair tied back, eyes red. We stopped, looked at each other. 5 seconds of silence. 5 seconds to lives going their separate ways. Hi, she said first. Hey, you look good. You don't. I know. She smiled. Softly, bitterly. I could've hugged her, comforted her, but I didn't, because I wasn't the one who broke her. She did it herself. She walked away first. I stood there for a few more seconds and felt not anger, not pity, but freedom. Everything we built collapsed, not because of war, not because of death, but because of her choice. One evening, or maybe not just one, just the time she got caught. I took my life back. She lost hers. It's strange how a life can burn down in a week. How one moment, one choice, can set off a chain reaction that scorches everything it touches. But that's what betrayal does. It doesn't just hurt. It destroys. Quietly, systematically, from the inside out. You don't just lose the person. You lose the version of yourself that loved them, that trusted them, that built futures in your mind. And maybe that's the worst part. I rebuilt. I focused on work. I hit the gym again. I deleted old photos, cleaned out drawers, moved out of the apartment we were supposed to share. My friends helped. So did silence. Some nights, I still feel the echo of her laughter. But it fades faster now. Less of a knife, more of a whisper. A reminder of everything I survived. And her. She became a story. A cautionary tale whispered between friends. A name people lower their voices for. She was the one who, some betrayals carry a price far higher than anyone imagines. Not just the loss of love, but the loss of respect, of identity, of belonging. You don't get that back. Not with flowers. Not with tears. Not even with apologies written in perfect cursive on expensive paper. Some doors don't open twice. Some bridges don't just burn, they explode. And if you're still here reading these words, feeling your heart thudding a little heavier, your breath catching a little sharper, it means you're one of us. The ones who've loved deeply, lost silently, and stood up anyway. So here is what I'll ask. Subscribe. Stay. There are more stories, more truths, more nights like this one. Because sometimes, the most painful endings make way for the real beginning. This was Open Secret Stories. We'll see you in the next one.